Welcome back, cyber traders. Hopefully everyone is having a beautiful Wednesday. Good to see you all. Good morning, everyone. Grant, Lewis, Michael. Good, everyone can see loud and clear. Good, everyone on YouTube and Facebook and social media. Good to see you all. Hope everyone's excited about this morning. We got a nice little run on the CJJD. I don't know if you guys remember the stock from yesterday. It got crushed, and we're getting some big runners. We'll talk a little about that. We got a couple other ones, like the bank stocks from all those bank stocks that got crushed. Looks like some of them are making some big moves. The ones, obviously, Sonoma Bank and all those California stocks are doing pretty well. So there's a couple industries moving pretty well. I mean, obviously, hopefully everyone does their homework every morning. I don't know if you always wait for us to do it, but like there was a couple of big news that came out. I was really focused on to see what happened with Netflix. So what happened with Morgan Stanley. So what happened with Goldman. You know we don't trade those stocks, but those stocks lead into other stocks in the industry that do make some big moves. So we're going to look at those stocks, and I you know what? I'm just going to bring up Netflix for example, NFLX. So Netflix, this was a pretty cool move. I want to bring this up and just show you what just happened. So after hours, this stock came out with earnings, and you could see, like, my God, what a slingshot. I mean, this thing literally went from 332 all the way down to 290, which is about almost 40 points, and then shot right back up in about 30 minutes. So, yeah, you probably, if you did trade after hours, you probably could have got it at 320, because I doubt anyone had the guts to jump in here. But it had a nice little pop and so on. Now, regardless of the news, it's irrelevant, but how does it affect other stocks? There's Roku, there's some other stocks that are moving it. But the real focus I'm looking at is what not other than Netflix. Though I just wanted to show you what a slingshot looks like. This is like basically a catastrophe. You know what's really depressing about a stock like this? Imagine you were the person, and I actually know somebody this happened to almost 15, 20 years ago. Imagine you being that person, and you got into that position, and you sold it at 292, owning it at 332, and then within 30 minutes later, it goes right back to where it started. How depressing would that be? Listen, I know some of us might have experienced it. Now, maybe not on a $300 stock, maybe on a $30 stock, maybe on a $10 stock, whoever it may be. But these things do happen, and when you want to deal with expensive stocks is what you have to deal with. But anyway, I also want to bring your attention to Morgan Stanley. So Morgan Stanley came out earnings. Now, listen, the big difference between Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs is the trading firm. Morgan Stanley is more of a wealth management. Okay, they're the ones they make their money on commissions, managing people's money. Goldman Sachs is known as the big boy in the room when it comes to trading. So obviously Morgan Stanley did come out with some decent news. They did beat their earnings a little bit. You could see when it came out here at 8 o'clock, and it had that big slingshot right here too. Same thing like we saw. This is the reason why I'm pointing this out. Let me just show you about Netflix and Morgan Stanley. This is why we don't trade earnings, okay? And that's really where I'm leading to, because you see these things go crazy and what's going on. This is why you have to stay away from it. Day traders do not trade earnings, okay? We wait until the smoke clears, until everyone's saying, oh, geez, is that good news? Is it bad news? This is what happens, and I'm only pointing this out to you because these are expensive stocks. You deal with the best traders on Wall Street, you're not going to beat them, all right? That's why when you notice when we trade some other stocks, I'm going to show you in about the next few moments, this is why we trade what we trade, all right? Now listen, I know that people will debate me on this and will bash me for it and so on. And you know what? They could bash all they want because I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm still here, all right? And there are some people that will explain it better and we'll always do it until you go around the block. As long as we have, then we'll have that discussion, all right? But Morgan Stanley also obviously not taking a little bit of a downturn because of their news. down 4%. So the market is down. We were down. How much are we down now, actually? We got across the board. Microsoft's down. A couple of stocks are down. Futures down about 100. They're still down the way they were. Another stock that I just want to kind of also bring up is that there are things that are moving this morning, and we're going to check it out in a little bit. But some of them were big runner-ups that we already traded. We're going to go through that. Let's just talk about what happened yesterday. Let's talk about the big winner yesterday. Okay, this was phenomenal. Now I want to bring this up. ALLR, right? Look at the chart on this thing. This was last year. This stock was high as $400. $400. The damn thing dropped all the way down into the dollar price range. This is terrible. I mean, I always look at this and I'm like, what is this? I mean, like, could you imagine being a $400 company, a $400 stock, the beautiful building, and like the cappuccino machine section, everything, and now all of a sudden you're at $1. Imagine this: you have a $4 million house, right? This is how I always kind of interpret it. You have a $4 million house, and now it's worth $100,000. All right. Or you own a $40,000 car, right? How about this? I'll relate this to everyone. You have a $40,000 car, and then now after a year, it's worth $1,000. I mean, what a catastrophe. That basically is junk, right? It's like, it's worth $1,000. I mean, we know why it's worth $1,000 total, burnt, whatever it may be. Maybe a couple of scraps are worth it, maybe just the metal on it. But anyway, yesterday, it was a great trade. And this is why we day trade. This stock was a phenomenal run from 9:30. It ran all the way to this beautiful $3.30, $33 price range. And it literally did it within an hour. It was a great, great run. Just phenomenal. And you know what? There are people who got caught up and they said, oh, maybe the stock's going back to 50, or maybe the stock is going back to 30. And if you remember from yesterday's webinar, yesterday's morning meeting, I said, listen, we traded this stock, and you guys remember this stock. One day the stock ran from $9 to 47, and guess what? It came right back down. We traded the stock back in August. It went from 44 to 81. Phenomenal run, came right back down. So this is just all speculation. But as a day trader, we did great on it. A lot of us were done. And you know what? If you're one of those people that like to use their indicators and they say, don't be trading for the first hour, yeah, by the time their indicators kicked in, they got crushed, okay? So anyway, that was a nice stock. A couple other ones were okay. NOGN, some of you remember the stock. We traded it back on the beginning of this month. It ran from literally $2 to $10. Had a good run in the afternoon. Ran from $2.50 up to about $3. Another stock that some of you guys missed. Not a really big winner too. CLSK literally ran from 470 to 510. Okay, nothing great. And then you had this in the afternoon, PTPI. This stuff, pharmaceutical stock, ran right around 230, from 430 all the way to about $6. Nice little move. You might look at, but I want to point that that's $1.50 move. You know what $1? If you made half that, you did pretty well. Okay. Anyway, that was yesterday. Let's focus on today. Now, the whole goal is that what happened yesterday, the day before that, the week before that, the month before that, is that good traders learn from their losers. Okay. And you always got to think about it that today's a new day. Today's a new day. And I always like to compare it. A lot of you don't know I'm a big fisherman. I love to go fishing on my spare time. It's one of my hobbies, and I go out fishing and I'm like, damn it, I didn't catch anything. But you know what? I have friends of mine that fish every day. They're like, oh, you were fishing at the wrong spot. They were killing it over here. I'm not a person who'll get discouraged. I'm still going to go, because you are not going to get every single winner out there, every single runner. The goal is that you don't get yourself in trouble and get hurt. That's the big issue. Let's go through the shopping and see what's going on this morning. So anyway, so we got this one stock, CJJI. Let's go back to it because we talked about this yesterday, just about when we started the show. This stock basically was at 340, dropped all the way down to about $1.30, got destroyed. Okay, this is what you call a dead cat bounce. All right. So finally, it took a hit, traded a lot of shares. And now it's starting to make an upcome. So for some of you trying to wonder, why is this stock going up? It's going up because it got crushed yesterday. Now, what I like about this stock is I don't really see any orders. This stock, if you notice right here, program trading kicked in exactly at 8:30. Remember the program timing slots, 8, 8:30, 9, and then obviously markets open. But in pre-market, it happens. The thing I like about this stock right now is I want to bring level 4 up here. There is no sellers out there. All right. There was a seller out here, and he was sitting there earlier about for 79,000 shares around $1.10, and you got hit. You can see the volume bars, but she's starting to trend up. Cheap little stock. Now, how do you trade this is what everyone's asking me. Where's the resistance levels? Well, not only do we work on level 4 because we want to see where the futures orders, but for some of you that maybe, want to work on something you learned in the past, you could work on, look at what happened yesterday. You could see that you got resistance levels yesterday right around this $1.39, $1.48. Breaks that, then it's off to the races. Okay, I'm telling you right now. So you better keep an eye on this stock. So that is our major resistance. Now, what you don't know, for everybody that's watching on social media, that watching on YouTube and everyone else and Twitter, but the cyber group members in our trading room, this better than anyone. You got to see where the orders are. Because as much as there's resistance yesterday, that resistance is not dictated what's going to happen in the future. Okay. And the future is, are the orders out there? And that's what you have to basically focus on. So cyber traders, you obviously know a little bit about it. Everyone here that wants to know more about it, you got that little QR code there in the top left-hand corner. Take your phone, scan it, and I'll teach you how we do it tomorrow. Okay. So a couple other stocks also that made this watch list right here. WAL. Okay. So now WAL obviously had a big push yesterday. You could see that too. These are those stocks that got beat up, Sonoma Bank and all them. I'm seeing a big move on a lot of them. So I have on my watch list. So WAL, PACW, another one. You could see all of them moved yesterday into the after hours. It came back down a little bit today in pre-market, but yesterday had a big run up. These stocks were very expensive. WAL, you could see it. Stock was like, WAL was, I think WAL got caught up in the, with all that, got caught up in everything, but it's not like some of these stocks like FRC. FRC made a little bit of a jump yesterday. This stock was $120 stock. It's all the way back down to 12. I kind of like it because they're starting to hold. But what scares me about some of them are more better than others. This one scares me because it's been holding here for a long time, never made a comeback. But they are moving. Those bank stocks are moving, so I do see them out there. Mara was a nice, good swing trade. Okay, Mara did really well. Great little swing trade. You could see it right there on the chart. Today she's down. Obviously, you can see Bitcoin is down a lot. Okay, so this trade side by side with it. The stock had a really nice run from the $7 price range where we should sort as when we started day trading it. So if you did get into a swing trade, listen, you did pretty damn well. But you could see now she's starting to downtrend. And when you get 2 days across the board, that's not a good sign. So, you can look at the shorts on Mara and also Riot. Riot was another one that trades side by side. These are the blockchain stocks. So, if you don't, I'm not saying trade Bitcoin, but you can trade these stocks right here. And one of the more expensive one is Coin. Coin's the only one that kind of is trading on its own, own thing. But it's been hovering here for a long time. Really hasn't got past the $60 price range anyway. Now, did anything else pop up on the watch list? Because sometimes you get program trading that kicks in, cyber traders. I didn't see anything else that showed up on my radar on the big percentage gainers. Boyle did pretty well, and it's starting to come back down. KOLD is the opposite of Boyle, so that's making a big comeback. I'm losing, I'm breaking even on that thing, on a swing trade. I think that pretty much does it. Okay, there we go. So we got a pop right now, just to let you know, on CJJI. There we go. So we got a little pop right there. You can see it. Looks like people are listening here at Cybertrade University because everybody's catching on the wind. 28 million shares traded. That's only pre-market. And you know what? 90% of the people can't even trade in pre-market. So imagine what the action is on that. So you're probably getting a little bit of comeback. All right, so let's get ready for the market opened up. Listen, you got the QR code on the left-hand side. I'll post up a big one right now. If you're watching on if you want to come and sign up for the Cyber Group Pass, you got the QR code right there. Just sit there, scan it, and we'll get you in the trade room tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a live presentation teaching you more about this. And if you can, just make sure you like us, friend us, share us to your friends, everything else. And like I said, we're here to do you a service because the goal is this is a great job. Everyone loves it, but you got to learn how to play the game. In the meantime, cyber traders in the cyber group room and the other trading room, once again, remember I always tell you, you see something, you trade something, make sure you say something. All right. So let's go out there and try to make money together. And like I said, and obviously when the market opens up, there's always gonna be something new that's gonna pop up. So we're gonna start commentary once the market opens up at 9:30. And so we get about 15 minutes. So just don't do anything now, right, everyone? Good luck, everyone. Happy trading, and I'll see you all in the trading room. Everyone else here in social media, I'll see you back. We'll see you back here at 2:30. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. and at 2:30, and we'll have this once a week open house. So you're all more than welcome to come and join us, which starts tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Happy trading.